Hi. Today you're going to be picking up a package with the school supplies that will have a little paper bag. It'll be stapled closed like this. Inside you are going to have two things for today's project. There will be some flower seeds. They're going to be inside in a plastic bag like this. It almost looks like pepper, but they're flower seeds for wildflowers, so they will attract hummingbirds. They may attract some butterflies. So what I'd like you to do, I'm going to show you the project. You're going to first take some of the shredded paper that's inside the bag. Okay, so it's brown paper that's all been shredded. And you will need a bowl, plastic bowl, your seeds, some water. You could use a wooden spoon. I like to use my hands. And then something to put your project on, like wax paper. You could even use the cover if you wanted from the egg carton that you'll be using for planting another day. So what we're going to be making are seed pods, and they're going to use the recycled paper and some flower seeds together, and they're going to dry up and make almost like a little pod. And then once it's all dried and ready, you can plant it in a special place in your yard, in your garden, even in a flower pot, and you'll water it each day so that you will have some beautiful hummingbirds and butterflies coming to visit your garden as they grow. And as we learned, the butterflies and the hummingbirds and the bees help us to make new plants and help us to have food, because when they pollinate, they help the flowers or the blossoms turn into fruit and vegetables. So, once you have all of your items ready, the first thing that you will do is take the bag with the shredded paper, and you're going to pour it right in your bowl. You drop it all. It gets a little messy. You might want to do this outside or on the kitchen counter. Just get it started. Okay, you'll shake it up, let it all out. You can use your hands. Let's see, all of the shredded paper will go right inside the bowl. Okay. Once that's in the bowl, then you're going to take some water and pour some water in there just to soak it up enough. If you put too much water and it goes over the top, that's okay, because the water is actually going to help to turn that paper into almost like a pulpy, squishy mess. So you'll let it soak in the water as long as you'd like. If you want to wait overnight, the paper will break up a little bit more. But even if you do it right away, as long as it's all damp and saturated, you should be good. So in my bowl, you can see that I do have a lot of extra water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that water and I'm going to hold the paper and I'm going to drain it. Right now I'm on the grass, so it's okay that I pour it down. Don't do this in your house. Okay, I'm pouring the water out. Now, while there's still some water in there, just damp a little bit. See the difference? Okay, no more water is dripping out now. So now I'm going to take the flower seeds from the bag. Families, if you're looking to have your children practice some small muscle, fine motor skills, learning to zip and unzip these bags are a great skill for that, something that you always have at home. Okay, I'm taking the flower seeds and I'm going to dump them in with the wet shredded paper. sprinkle it all in. I don't want to waste any seeds. The more flowers we have, the more visitors we have to them, and the more food we can grow in our garden. All right, so right now you can see that the seeds are sprinkled all over the wet paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my finger, or you can use a spoon. I just want to make sure that I don't damage the seeds too much. So I'm going to kind of separate the paper a little like this so that the seeds get all over the pieces. And then I'm going to turn it a little bit to get some more seeds off the side of the bowl. And then I'm not sure how well you can see, but my seeds are pretty much mixed in. A lot of the papers have, I even have a little hair from Seraphina, a little piece of fur. A lot of the seeds are all over these little pieces of paper. So now I'm going to just scrape the side of the bowl to make sure I collect as many seeds as I can. And now is when we're going to make the little pods. So what you'll do is you're going to pull a little bit of the wet paper. And if you don't like the feel of this, you can always put gloves on your hand. And I'm going to squeeze the water out, just a little bit of the drops, and squeeze it out. And then what I'm going to do is I can either put it on the wax paper, but I have this egg carton. So I think what I'm going to do, because the egg carton is recyclable as well, I'm going to put a little pod to dry inside some of the holes of the egg carton. Okay, so I just push it down in there. And then I'm going to take the same amount in my hand. I'm going to squeeze some of the water out just so that this can start to stick together, and put it inside the next one. And then I have this one here. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to add a little bit more in this one because I like them to be all even. A little more in here. I push it down so that when it does dry, it'll dry all together. And then I just keep going until all of my paper and seeds are used up. And then I have a few more. But I would keep going until all of that paper is used up. If you have shredded paper at home, you can go ahead and use that. As long as it's paper, you can even use the cardboard shredded up into little pieces and let that soak. Once these are dry, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out each of these pods. It'll have the recycled cardboard, the seed starter inside, and you can give these as little gifts. You could start planting them and give the flowers as a gift, or even if you want to give the little seed pod as a gift for spring, as a symbol of the new life. I hope you enjoy making these. Please send me pictures of your projects, and send me pictures of your flowers when they start growing. Thanks.